national headquarters of RT America right here in our nation's capital. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rick Sanchez, and there seems to be something going on that we haven't quite seen before. And let me apologize. Let me apologize ahead of time because this discussion might get a little bit indelicate. Here is your world. This is an amazing journey we're going to take you on, and let me begin by showing you, rather than telling you, our first picks. This is from Chile, and this is what's going on in Santiago, Chile. A state of emergency has been declared, and more than 11 people have already been killed in the protesting, where workers say they are simply fed up with what they call severe economic inequality under a president who calls them, quote, the enemy. What do you say we go to the UK? Again, look at this. A protest that has everything to do with workers and the national economy. More than 1 million people taking to the streets this weekend in London. It's being called one of the largest public demonstrations in British history as the crowd screamed at the Parliament about Brexit, most of them wanting, they say, a brand new referendum. Now, I'm going to take you to Lebanon. Again, a nationwide general strike has been called across the country as protesters demand, you guessed it, economic justice. They say that their government is corrupt and charging them for things like WhatsApp calls that they say should not be taxed, they should be free. We're learning that banks there are going to be remain closed tomorrow as the protests now head into their 6th day. Okay, let's go to Spain. There, the protesters, angry that their leaders were charged for wanting independence for the province of Catalonia. They have been protesting now for a full week, nonstop. Spain's Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, meanwhile, referring to the protesters as radical elements who are acting violently, he says, for show. France, there, just this week, police used tear gas against thousands of firefighters who marched through Paris because of what they call low pay for their risky job, in a protest that ended, ironically enough, with firefighters facing off with police. I mean, that's as unusual as it gets. Police officers and firefighters fighting each other. The Yellow Vest protests are going on a year now, this coming November. And then, of course, there's Hong Kong, seemingly perennial protests that have the youth of what used to be the richest city in the world demonstrating for equality. And it seems odd, but the more they protest, the worse the economy of their once vaulted city becomes. Okay, now, for the indelicate part of this conversation, it is extremely newsworthy that all of these protests have been taking place all over the world, is it not? That's why we're bringing you the story. But you know what may be even more noteworthy? Did you notice something about all of these protesters? They weren't all confined to one oppressed minority, nor were they demonstrating against racial injustice, nor were they made up mostly of the poor. No. They're generally workers and or students, most of them white, fighting for economic equality in places where we don't even usually hear of protests. We're going to drill down on this sudden phenomena with...
All right, Shalom. Call Halal La Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people ignorantly call God. By Hashem, in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Plus, I want to give a shout out to the Alchemist pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Also, to the confusion of face, or aka the Israelite foreigners that look like the heathen nations, okay? Whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the heathen nations are 2 on down, as you see on this chart, These are the heathen nations, right? 2 on down. And the same if your lineage or your seed line traces back to the tribes right here on this chart through the man. And if your spirit bear witness with this word and this truth and you can receive it, to the confusion to face brothers and sisters out there, this does apply to you. You are Israelites, though you do look like the heathen nations. To the few Ak, Waf, which is you sisters that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, wherever you may be scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth, where this word is going out to, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Once again, Yahweh Shah. You saw the clip right here on RT. It says economic protests erupt in developed nations, basically around the world. You have Chile, you have London, you have what do you say, Barcelona, Spain, okay, what else? Hong Kong, Lebanon, okay. You got, I believe, one in Ecuador, now Bolivia, because was on the 21st. You have now Bolivia. You got the Dutch farmers. They're now protesting the EU over the eco laws that they pass. Okay. You have all these uproars. Okay. And why? Why is all the uproars happening? Okay. The question people is, why is all of a sudden all these uproars? Okay. So this is Salakia. This is actually Proverbs. I'm gonna get this first. This is Proverbs 28 and 15. It says, actually, fire kindle. I'm gonna get that next later. This is Luke 12. And 49, it says, I am come to send fire on the earth. Who? Okay? Who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah. Okay? And what will I if it be already kindled? And how is it already kindled? Through these protesters, man. All these cities that you see that are protesting, most of them, a good majority of them are already on fire, man. Okay? They're on fire. Okay? And that's the thing. This is Luke 21. And let me see. Let me see if I can find that scripture. This is Luke 21 and 25. It says, I start 24. It says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations in Jerusalem. And who's Jerusalem? The Israelites. Okay, our people. Okay, it's talking about us right here. Shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And these Gentiles is actually talking about the heathen nations. And that's what's happened. Okay, we're trodden down by the Gentiles, mainly and chiefly Esau, even the so-called white man. Right? And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars upon the earth Upon the earth, the stress of nations were perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. Okay, the stress amongst nations. Okay, and the word real quick is Sinoka, and it says a holding together, narrowing. Okay, it says restraint, anxiety, anguish, and stress. And these people are stressed the hell out, man. Okay, this is Proverbs. Now I'm gonna get that Proverbs 28, and this is why people are stressed out, man. Have anxiety, man. This is Proverbs 28 and 15. As a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the people. And Job 9:24, as I always say, says what? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Malachi 1 and 4 tells you that the wicked is Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, man. And their earth is given to their hands, man. Okay? And they're running, okay? They're charging you they're charging you everything, taxing, having you work long hours, okay? And taxing you. Half the money that you make is taxed. They take it. You barely make anything. You're barely getting by. Okay? You just gotta keep repeating the same cycle over and over. Now you see them raising the prices on, you know, raising the prices on goods, everyday goods that people need, you know, for their day to day. Okay? And these people, you know, they're fed up, man. They're fed up. They find out that this system, okay, if you're not of the elites of this system, okay, then you're not a part, okay, of the system. Well, you're a part of it, but you get the crumbs while they reap the whole entire the riches, man. Okay, because they have banks set up, these central banks set up nearly in most countries around the world. Okay, and what do? They suck the resource. They'll set those up, put puppet governments in. They'll set where those puppet governments will, you know, rule in their favor, as you see with these countries that there's uproars in, and steal all the resources out of it, while the people just, you know, are basically slaves, man. Everyday slaves, man. Okay, that's what these people are finally waking up to find out, that they're just major slaves, man. And you saw the dude said the uproars, okay, are mostly over economic reasons, and most of them are Edomites, okay, because people are fed up, man. This man is a wicked ruler, man, a oppressor, man. Okay, these people have had it, man. Okay, all these devils want to do is work you, man. Okay, and you get nothing out of it while they reap all the benefits, because these elites of this world, they don't work. Okay, they've never worked a day in their life, man. But they have you people doing it. So people are fed up. And plus people find out about the elites. Okay? They changed this app. This 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Actually, yeah. And 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draw nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For this shall be sedition, which mean a revolt against what? A higher authority. Among men invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Okay? Meaning what? That your presidents, the people, the politicians, your law enforcement, because if you look in those videos, who's getting attacked in those videos? The police. They're getting attacked by millions of people, man. And these protests, it's not just your normal everyday protests. People walk through the streets with signs, okay, in their hands saying, we want this and want that. Nah, man. These people are getting violent, man. Okay? These people are throwing rocks, they're throwing glass, they're throwing Molotov cocktails through windows like they're doing in Hong Kong. They're doing all types of stuff, man. Okay? They're not regarding the higher authorities no more, because they find out that this whole setup is corrupt, okay? It's backwards, and it's unjust, okay? So they're taking action in their own power, man. Okay? And don't get me wrong, Esau will set these things up, but you really got people that's fed up and sick and tired of the government, okay? These corrupt governments, okay? That's set up by Esau, Edom. So this what you're seeing around the world, sedition among men. You're seeing, okay, let me get it. This 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So these was prophesied in the beginning to happen, and it's happening now, right? Showing you that the words in this book are faithful and true. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Okay? Now what is the end of? This is 2 Ezra. With all these uproars and earthquakes, that's happening too. On large amounts of numbers. Right? What's the end? This 2 Ezra 6. And 6. I started 6. Then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other by me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the part and the son of the times, or what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first of the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, so that's the end. Okay, 2 Ezra 9, the end is manifest. The end of what? Of power. Okay, the end of one rulership and the beginning of another rulership. And who are we in the ending of? Esau, even so-called white man. This is the end of your empire, man. These uproars is basically people spitting up, okay, your rules, laws, and regulations. People don't want it no more. Okay, it's finito for you, man. Okay, and who's coming up next? Jacob. Okay. Jacob is coming up next, which is Jacob is whose name was later changed to Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, you are Jacob. Okay, and this man is at the end of his rulership. Okay, he's at the end of his rope, so to say. Okay. Yep. Because for so long, this was been happening. Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressors increaseth. And when the Esau Edom, these so-called white people come into power, it started all with the Greeks. And ever since then, wickedness has spread, okay, throughout the four corners of the earth to the point of what you see now, man. Okay? And what happened when a kingdom was wicked the way it was, right? When wickedness reached onto the heavens, okay? What happened? It fell. And that's the same thing you're seeing with America, Babylon the Great, okay? When the wicked are multiplied, transgressive increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall, okay? And who is the righteous? Israel, you Israelites, starting with the elect, okay? And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the fall of our enemies, okay? Because they rejoiced when the nation of Israel fell. So now we're rejoicing, okay, at his fall, okay? This is Romans. I'm gonna end it with this. Romans 13. And 11. It says, and that knowing the time that now is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. But put ye on the Lord Yahushua, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof, man. So our salvation is nearer than what we believe, man. This man is about to go down, man. We're seeing the downfall of Esau Edom, man. Okay, we're witnessing what was prophesied to happen, okay, as this man goes down. That's what we're witnessing. So it's our salvation is about to be near, man. This man's about to be finished, man. Okay? So, we gotta for myself as well, we gotta examine ourselves. We gotta, make sure we doing what we gotta do, okay, until all hell breaks loose. Okay? To be in the good graces of Yahweh Yahweh Shah. Okay? So we could be covered in these times that's about to come. Because this man knows it's over for him. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna come down with great wrath. Okay? So that's the lesson. Call Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Shalom to the elect.